Imagine how scary life would be as a slave. Now imagine escaping, knowing that you're being chased every step of the way. Today I will be telling you about how Harriet Tubman has demonstrated courage in her life. Courage is an important quality to have, but it can be very hard to identify in your own life. Seeing examples of other people demonstrating courage, however, can make it easier for you to do the same. I have done extensive research into Harriet Tubman's life and found many examples of how she's demonstrated courage. Although she was born into slavery and she sustained a lifelong injury, she still worked tirelessly to free others with the help of the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman has demonstrated courage from a young age when she stood up to an angry overseer. According to PBS.org, in an article titled Harriet Tubman, as you can see here, blocked a fellow slave when she was just a teenager from an angry overseer. She was willing to put herself at risk, and in doing so, the angry overseer threw a rock that struck her in the back of the head, according to PBS.org in the article titled Harriet Tubman. Because of this willingness to protect others and put herself into danger, she showed extreme courage. Although she's displayed courage from an early age, she's also displayed courage later in her life. When her plantation owner died, she feared that she would be sold. According to the University of Virginia in What Happens to Slaves When Their Owners Died, nothing presented more uncertainty in the already uncertain lives of slaves. They might be sold or separated from their families, so she decided she needed to run away. She decided to run away with her two brothers, according to Harriet Tubman biography from Biography Online. In Harriet, the Moses of Her People, by Sarah Bradford, they left on September 17, 1849. They disagreed how to proceed north, though, so her brothers turned back from fear of being caught. She, however, continued alone from Maryland to Pennsylvania. Although she was alone in the unknown and she had to travel at night using only the North Star as guidance, she still persevered. She kept going, asking for food and shelter along the way until she reached the north, according to Bradford in 2012. This must have taken a lot of courage because she knew that at any moment she could be tracked down and returned to slavery. Although her earlier courage of standing up to the overseer was admirable, this shows even greater courage. After she escaped, she repeatedly showed courage with her work on the Underground Railroad. She showed great courage in her escape, but she also wanted her family to be free. When she reached the north, she said that she was a stranger in a strange land because she knew no one because her family was still in slavery, says Sarah Bradford in Harriet, the Moses of Her People. To rescue her family, she teamed up with a free black man named Jacob Johnson, and together they learned that her brothers were going to be sold on Christmas. So she enlisted his help, according to the National Park Service, in journeying towards freedom and new beginnings. This article also said that Harriet arrived back at her plantation on Christmas Eve in 1854. According to Bradford in 2012, Harriet Tubman came back, but she couldn't get to see her mother because her mother would have tried to keep them all in slavery. Even though she came back and it was almost Christmas, and her mother was still expecting her brothers to be there for Christmas dinner, but they had left by then, so they weren't. This must have taken a lot of mental fortitude to resist seeing her mother, and it was a huge sacrifice, and must have been a very courageous decision because she really wanted to. After she freed her brothers, as you can see in this picture, this is a picture of her with some freed slaves, she returned many times in her life to help others. These actions are examples of why Harriet Tubman is a very courageous person. Harriet Tubman expressed courage throughout her whole life, from a teen to when she escaped slavery to her work on the Underground Railroad. She's exceptionally courageous because not only did she escape slavery, she even helped others, knowing that she could be severely punished. She faced this danger head on, and she showed in her courage and bravery made others' lives better.
Oh, perfect timing. Something's happening again. Phone, see? What's it going?